Just hopes itself. This is game 2 between Big Trauma Vitality on towards the red side and Twisted Minds towards the blue side. Casters, you're live.
That's it. We are getting into game number 2 between Twisted Minds and BTR. Twisted Minds surprisingly drafting 2 of the national heroes here, up to the Garuda as well as the Lapu Lapu. But you can add the CDK Quick Strike to redeem tons of Star Stones, Arcana Fragments, and other things as well. But right now we're having to tip into that mid lane just once again. Just the roams, mid lane, just having a bit of a brawl.
Yeah, I think it's great, right? Because you definitely want the advantage. You want that faster rotation as well. And like you mentioned before, City Boy on this Lapu Lapu, as well as Hailang on this Garuda, the 2 national heroes, they're going to be very pivotal in this team fight because on the side of Zan, right? But right away,
which obviously that's not really going to happen much there as well. Obviously using those creation blocks just to block out those wings.
Well, great news for the
creation blocks are really starting to put a bit of a spanner in the works for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, we'll see how they do that, right? Twisted Minds, Highline, as long as he has his ultimate, I think it's a good situation, good fight for them to take.
Oh, okay, there it is. The wings are just being used here. Try to put some pressure onto Ormson. I mean, it's not very well. And then you've got also John just constantly putting that bottom damage, bottom pressure on as well. So it is going to be a free tyrant here for the side of BTR, but can they get a little bit more here as they try to invade the enemy jungle? They are able to get the Crimson Golem away from them as well. So definitely starting to take a little bit more of these resources away from Twisted Minds.
We'll see. It's going to be a difficult trade.
Speaking of trades here, it's a 1v1 between Twan and Shanks. And Shanks outcomes that one with obviously his, not Fever Barrage, but his Splendid Revolver.
Yeah, Shanks showing them that between him and Zan, and he will step it out, you know, just by a little bit at this point. Attempted Annihilation did not hit the mark.
Yep, it did not hit the mark, but maybe the Trevor Smash will be able to lock him into place. Clean gets taken down.
Yep, he is the jungler. He's the most important member right now in this early part of the game, the Shadow variant fight. But now if they can take a big kill here, that's going to help aid them in settling the gold difference.
Yeah, I think either team that takes this mid lane fight into their favor, it's definitely going to be a resounding pressure for the enemy team. But now we're seeing a bit of a take here for that second tyrant here. But now Twisted Minds like, no, we really want to commit this one, but it's going to be those creation blocks forcing away the Lapu Lapu.
Not looking good for Twisted Minds though. City Boy did waste his ultimate there, did not bite a single target. And Zan does have the damage, he does have the armor pierce as well. Oof. Nice Annihilation, and that's going to provide space. Zan Q gets that 8.5-minute Tyrant. Not the Shadow variant just yet, but this is fighting prowess, which means they can pressure the T1.
Yeah, just looking trying to get that mid-wave clear for the side of Twisted Minds here. Obviously there's one Canyon minion and they don't want to really push this because they could really lose a lot here, BTR, if they play this one not to the T.
I mean, at this point, it's really about applying pressure, right? Make life uncomfortable. Even if you have to give it back to them, make it hard to take.
Yeah, 90 just kind of flirting with Tufts there into there, but you can see now Junku trying to rotate top side of the map here, and City Boy and Shanks are looking to try and get this one with a bit of a response there. It's going to be the Lapu Lapu ultimate being committed here by the side of Twisted Minds. Can they get a little bit more? Can he outplay? But it's going to be Trevor Smash coming in. Can he connect onto 3? No, it's going to be Shanks. He does use the Fever Barrage into the back line, and ultimately this goes all over to BTR.
Yeah, big play coming in from 90 as well. He was the reason that the response wasn't fast enough.
Oh, takedown. Tufts comes through, but they're able to claim back that Crimson Golem from the side. Just yet, but you can see Clean trying to formulate around the backside of this Shadow Tyrant here. Maybe trying to go use the skill over the wall just like so. Trying to see Neil here use the creation blocks, just trying to force away Lapu Lapu. There's the Wings and Judgment as well being used by the side of Twisted Minds Highlang, just to try and force away BTR from trying to get this steal on, but now they go in, they're looking for it more. The Annihilation comes through, but it's actually going to be Ormson there with the devastating burst ram into the Trevor Smash, but now this is BTR's team fight to lose. They lose Tufts, and obviously onto the side of Twisted Minds, they lose City Boy, but now Junku into the back line takes down Shanks.
Beautiful team fight. Tufts gave everything in that fight with the Truth Mantra as well, and they find an opening on
We're seeing a team fight. Top side might being created here from the side of BTR, but City Boy getting the clean kill there onto Ormson. They're looking for blood in that support role.
Yep, he's looking for an opening. Oh, they know.
Oh, no. Sandwich, it's a Twisted Mind sandwich, but now Tufts comes into the fold to try and make that one outplay, but it's going to be the Serious's with the whatevers, the catch there, but Neil with the Annihilation as well as Jean Q there, getting the kill on City Boy is a huge play.
This is what we wanted. Neil is their win condition, especially.
It is, but I mean, they are winning the team fights, right? So if they keep winning these team fights and keep the minion pressure wave here and obviously getting these resources, these objectives to their names,
I didn't see a tower on the top. The sliver of health on the T1 on top.
That Radiant being committed there really kind of locked Ormson into this play. Just like, you know what, I'm going to have to use the burst ram there as well as the Magma Slam just to kind of just keep myself alive. But that attempt to the bot side of the map there, trying to take that T2, wasn't quite as successful as I think BTR really wanted for.
I mean, respect
Being built here from Shanks, maybe trying to get a potential lock onto either one of these heroes onto the side of BTR, potentially one of the squishier ones, right? Maybe try and lock it onto Zan, but now we're going to see an attack onto that top T2 for the side of Twisted Minds. But all they need to do is get one more rolling raid, but to be honest, Twisted Minds hold this one up.
he will be able to mind them out.
Yeah, he's the one looking for that phase check there, but it's also going to be tough. That's fine in the way. It's going to be the double knock up here for 90. Can he get the escape here thanks to the wings of Judgment from Highline?
Yep, that elements are not going to be too effective at this point, and this is something big, right? They need to contest for this.
Speaking of contention, just burst ramming in there, just trying to get the T's onto the side of Twisted Minds, but now John Q into the back line. Try and potentially get the pick up onto 90 here as well. Clean, not quite getting that stun come through, but now it's going to be the DAC team of TWIS and John Q getting the pick up there onto Clean. Now they have no smite as we get those neutral objectives on board here, but it's going to be those wings adjustment. It's casting the Judgment from afar and getting the takedown on the TWIS.
But beautiful work from side of BTR. They got the better exchange of that fight itself, and with that,
Definitely going to need as much mind defense as possible here, using that burst with the Magma Slam there just to keep himself in line, keeping himself in check there. It's going to be Ormson just getting that intel for his buddies.
I mean, it's the same for City Boy, right? The two roamers actually at this point in the game are super important because they are the ones that will put you in an awkward position. Now, Annihilation does not hit the mark, but Neil has about 30 seconds before their ultimate comes down again. Emergence top side of the map here as well. We are seeing a bit of a reconvene from the side of Twisted Minds. Giving a knock-up from Lapu, and there it is. Going to be the serious get into whatever's, but now Neil's like, whatever you do on that Mayeen, I'm going to completely destroy you. You have to be careful. Shanks can change the fight. He does have the Frigid Charge with the Fever Barrage as well.
He does. He's circulating onto the back line here. He's maybe trying to find a way in as well.
Learn from their mistake in game number 1. It's looking like a clean control in this second half of game number 2.
Looking to test that one. They do get it over to the side of BTR. Going over to Neil as well. So Clean, not going to have that Azure Golem for much longer as well. He obviously has one already, gets a stun onto John Q, but it's okay. He gets out alive thanks to Ormson here playing that frontline play. But now John trying to feed these minions through top side of the map.
They have to do as much structural damage as they can. 90 will make the defense really strong from the side of Twisted Minds, but they have lost the T2 in the middle.
Side of the map here for the side of BTR. Do they decide to all commit for this push here? But as you can see, TWIS is kind of formulated around about mid lane. Maybe try and get a bit of a push here come through for both of these two teams.
It's all on Ormson, right? If he gets the perfect Tremor Smash, this could be a game-winning ultimate coming in from BTR.
It could. He has the flash, he has the ultimate off cooldown, he has the momentum to change this team fight and change the scoreboard.
But for Twisted Minds, I think it's really reliant on Highlang's ultimate as well as 90. Can he get those catches?
Catching indeed could be the case here for the side of Twisted Minds. You can see here City Boy as well as Clean just trying to find some kind of entrance into that into the Tyrant there, but it's not going to be the case for Twisted Minds in this game number 2. They are really struggling at trying to topple.
So that is a silver lining for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that's why it all turned around for Twisted Minds the last game as well, so they have to be holding on to that one as their prize pony, but they are going to be throwing out those long-range ultimates like the Annihilation there just to get that takedown, that T3 down to the bot side of the map. So once again, BTR been able to do it, but can they approach the base this time?
Yeah, first cut has been made, and a very deep one on the bottom side, because this is the corresponding map.
Force out minion waves, top side of the map as well here. Just trying to put as much pressure as possible onto the side of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Sage's Sanctuary barriers yet coming up from the side of BTR, so this is going to be important, but 90
and TWIS having a bit of a tap for love in that mid lane there, but the emergence comes through from Neil. Has to force 90 out of that.
Right, so how safe can BTR play, right? How much can they push back the side of Twisted Minds so that they can try and find that ultimate snipe, or maybe a surprise to deal with the smite 50-50. But for now, we'll see what kind of conditions they'll be left with, because they have abandoned the bottom side. BTR, that is. We'll see. 50-50.
Yeah, abandonment could be the issue here for the side of BTR, but now Tempest Dragon onto the Gorge here for the second time within this series. It feels like we're going to see 7 of these Tempest Dragons because both of these two teams are playing very evenly, very neck and neck within this tournament live game.
Okay, Hailang has used his Wings of Judgment. Shanks is looking for an opening for that big ultimate. He's does have Frozen on his hands. This is going to be very important.
Very important indeed. He has the freeze on his hands here. Obviously, the upgrade of the bridge charge could be very scary for the side of Twisted Minds. You can see Jungkook looking for a bit of a rotate into the back side of the map here. Maybe try and go for a bit of a Hail Mary backdoor here as well. Just say to the boys, like, you know what? If you can hold off the Tempest, I'll tunnel through the minions. And as you can see now, maybe looking to join the team fight is going to be Sage's Sanctuary, Jungkook.
Oh, super smart. They actually tried to get a reset. City Boy!
Uh-oh, City Boy maybe getting caught out here. He already commits that Lapa Warmer there, but it's going to be clean with the Sage's Sanctuary and Jungkook into the backline there, trying to put pressure onto Highlang, but ultimately 90 and Highlang do fall here, but can they get something from the side of BTR? Neil falls as well, and Tubbs tries to get the takedown here onto Shanks as well. He's taken those people with Barrage to the face, but now we see Jungkook trying to get those minions to the base of Twisted Minds.
They have shut down Jungkook. That's a great answer from the side of Twisted Minds, but they cannot stop the Tempest. There is no long range take. BTR should have this in the bag from the Tempest Dragon. What they do next will affect the outcome of this game. Tubsy, he secures it for BTR. The challenge, the time is now.
Time is now for the side of BTR to try and get a final push here, as we have 3 members of the side of Twisted Minds down, or at least trying to get that top team wave,
because they wanted to crash at the same time, right? That makes life even more difficult for Twisted Minds.
And that's what you don't want to do, right? I mean, that's what you want to do if you're BTR, but Twisted Minds, you don't have a difficult life as you have that T3 just kind of holding on for its dear life top side of the map right now. Trying to get the push here is going to be BTR, trying to use the rolling rage to force out those minions, and there he goes. It's going to be the T3 takedown into the top side of the map here for the side of BTR. Twisted Minds looking very unhealthy. And
Jungkook's looking for an open target. They want to push them back. They want the backdoor protection down.
They do. They want to get 90 up of the gorge here, and there it is. It's going to be a little bit of a token prod from the burst from there, but the Radiance is going to be committed there. But Lapu goes in with the ultimate, but nobody's dead. Follow up to the side of Twisted Minds. 90 tries to come in with the whatever, gets the knock up, and now we see Ormson get the takedown, and Zan onto City Boy. 90 clean go down. There it is. The IKL fans can rejoice. Game number 2 goes to BTR.
And what a way to come back. IKL comes alive in game number 2. This time super disciplined, super structured. And it looks like Twisted Minds have a battle on their hands.